Erik Vauldron is the High Castellan of Shryden Retreat. As he has done for a decade and in his prior naval career, Erik leads with wisdom, poise, and dignity. The territory of Shryden Retreat often faces the hostilities of harsh and inhospitable environments, heartland infrastructure, for example the Skytrack Initiative, puncturing the northern culture, the second highest density of Godcrux anomalies in the Kingdom of Odmarrin, second only to the wastes of Solarian Dunes, and frequent raids from violent Karthani clans across the bay to the east. Such hostilities would send most leaders running back to the sunny plains of the heartland, but not Vauldron. The High Castellan has yet to face a threat powerful enough to bring him down or cause him to turn his back on his people. Early years. Erik never knew his parents or any other family. His earliest memories take place within a Veldrathis orphanage. When he was 12, Erik ran into a scout troop recruiting in the capital. Although eager to join, Vauldron was 1 year shy of the eligible age, so setting out alone, he trailed the scouts back to their home in the frozen, forested Shryden Retreat and awaited his 13th birthday. While employed on a farm outside of Eskar's reach, Erik befriended a fellow farmhand, his age named Talion Xerxes, the same lad who would remain a dear friend to Vauldron for decades to come. The two left farm life behind and joined the Shryden Retreat military as recruits once they turned 13, Erik enlisting in the Iron Oak naval fleet and Talion in the Scouts. Both would go on to become highly proficient leaders within their respective ranks over the course of 3 decades. Vauldron's years in the Iron Oak fleet not only afforded him great knowledge of leadership, but also of the Karthan coastline. Both these realms of knowledge would eventually turn Erik into a fierce defender of the kingdom, one whom the Karthani found nearly impossible to get the drop on. Nearly. Family life. When Erik was 25 years old, holding the rank of first lieutenant and quickly on his way to commander, he fell in love with a shipwright named Valencina. The two were married within the year. A decade later, the couple brought a baby boy into the world, naming him Francis. The Vauldrons built their home and their family alongside Erik's childhood friend Talion and his large household, spending weekly dinners and holidays together. High Castellan. In the year 188 AE after emergence, at the age of 40, Erik was dedicated as the High Castellan of Shryden Retreat. In this new, esteemed role, Vauldron would leave his naval command and take the seat of Shryden Retreat's primary leader. For years to come, his responsibilities would include maintaining the regional council, representing the people of Shryden Retreat in the heartland, acting as final say in significant civil disputes, strategizing military plans, and leading troops in major battles. High Castellan. Erik Vauldron was renowned as the most capable leader the retreat had ever had. He is beloved and trusted mightily by his people, a status that he would lay down his life to honor. The death of Valencina Vauldron. While returning home from business in the heartland in 193 AE, the Vauldron family's caravan was attacked by a Karthani raiding party. The attack took place during the night and so far inland that the tired guards were left unprepared, expecting no serious threats on the road that far from the coast. The skirmish was quick and merciless. In a matter of minutes, nearly all the caravan guards were slain and mutilated, gore flying through the air polluted with the raiders' maniacal, roaring laughter. Through the bloody nightmare, Talion Xerxes managed to pull the family from their carriage and escape into the frigid, mountainous forest. Yet they were pursued. Talion's shield, strapped to his back, barely protected him from the hail of arrows whipping through the trees like a deadly flock of birds. One grazed 10-year-old Francis's left cheek, scarring him for life. 2 arrows pierced Erik, one in his shoulder and one in his thigh. Yet worst of all, Valencina was pierced by arrows through the heart and throat, ending her life in an instant. Erik's mortified shock was soon overcome by immutable rage. He charged to avenge his wife, to take back her air that these savages were now breathing. After instructing Francis to run for safety, Talion ran to pull his adoptive brother from the mistake that would undoubtedly result in his death. Thankfully, after dispatching enough Karthani raiders together to send them into a mild retreat, Talion saved Erik, but not before the High Castellan caught a third arrow in his lower back, a paralyzing injury that would take months to heal via controversial arcane experimentation. The death of Valencina Vauldron shaped the Vauldron family's future. Grief now hangs heavy over their heads, weighing their core down as they walk the region's frosted, stony ground. The Vauldron's vengeance. Erik, paralyzed in his recovery bed, tasked Talion with assembling a scouting party to hunt down and bring the remaining raiders to justice, a mission that was swiftly carried out. Upon the raiders' capture and return to Eskar's reach, the High Castellan ordered a public execution to take place that all local military personnel were required to attend. This decision marked a significant departure from the kingdom's 2-century-old decree that outlawed public executions, stating they were primitive and the work of power-hungry fearmongers. But Erik did not care. He would have his vengeance, and that he did. Many of the hardened citizens of Shryden Retreat, excluding Talion Xerxes, respected Vauldron even more, seeing him as a fierce and determined protector willing to sidestep sterile heartland policies to better defend his people. It is for this reason that very few challenged the Castellan's decision to often carry the preserved severed head of the raiders' leader, a testament to the dedication Vauldron carries for his late wife and his people. Alliance with Clan Haralon. In the year 200 AE, the Shryden Retreat Regional Council was approached by a messenger from Clan Haralon in Karthani. This messenger stated that the clan was seeking asylum from their homeland, that had become increasingly hostile toward their peaceful settlement in recent years. Through much heated and controversial deliberation, the council decided on a compromise. The retreat would offer the Haralons asylum if their warriors would, in turn, accompany scouting troops heading east. Fearing deceit and insincerity from the Westerners, Thalanda Haralon, the clan's matron, would only agree to this if the High Castellan's son, Francis, would wed her daughter, Hardzina. After further council discussion, and with Francis's consent, the marriage was arranged. To many citizens of the retreat, this felt like a major betrayal by their revered leader. However, to the greater kingdom, the opportunity to expand eastward, and more importantly, possibly discover new, uncontested access to Stormglass, was one that could not be passed up. Even in Erik's military mind, being able to establish a bastion on the Karthan continent would give his people a greater defense. So thanks to this marital alliance with Clan Haralon, High Castellan Erik Vauldron has quickly gone from the greatest leader in the retreat's history to one of the most controversial